The most beautiful place on the planet, hosting the best amateur softball in the galaxy. The 16U Premier Division PGF National Title Game. The future is here in SoCal.
Win, baby, win! Athletics Mercado, the PGF 16U Premier Division National Champs.
And it's an amazing day, like we planned this day in Southern California. Welcome to the 16U Premier Division, Premier Girls Fast Pitch National Championship game. The BSC Bengals out of Southern California. The Beverly Bandits, one of the great teams in the Midwest. Of course, they're Chicagoland, Southside based, but it's Illinois, it's Ohio, it's Indiana, it's Wisconsin, it's Michigan. It's a great team in the heart of America, and we are out of the West Coast and glad to have you with us. Welcome back to the ballpark. This is Amanda Freed, a legend in the sport. My name is Darren Sutton, and for a decade and a half, we've been honored to be the voices of this wonderful event. An event in which we celebrate these 16U athletes. It's so hard to get here to the Premier Division Championship game, and combine this with this is the recruiting year for the very best players in the country. Come September 1, they figure out where they're going to college.
What a year to be playing on this stage. I mean, just the presence of the college coaches throughout the week. They want to come out and see this high-level competition, and the way that these two teams have come out and performed against the best of the best all week long to get to today. Now they have an opportunity to yet again showcase their talents before September 1. It's an exciting time of year for these teams.
An excitable coach, by the way. Keep an eye on in that Beverly Bandits dugout. Coach Moran is all full of energy. You're going to like that today. You're also going to meet one by one these players, including the head coaches. Let's get it on over to the voice of PGF inside this beautiful yard here at Deanna Manning Stadium. Cooper Perkins, one by one. Let's meet these players.
Welcome, softball fans, to Deanna Manning Stadium for today's Premier Girls Fast Pitch 16U Premier National Championship, featuring the Bandits versus Team Bengals Briggs. Let's meet the athletes competing in today's contest, beginning with the designated road team, the Bandits. First, the non-starters. Number 5, Sophie Dannenbring. Number 6, Natalie Cole. Number 40, Anna Jane Jarzab. Number 72, Paige Visser. And number 9, Amber Sy. Now let's meet the Bandits starting lineup. Leading off, the shortstop, number 2, Kira Bailey. Batting second in center field, number 4, Hunter Hopkins. Batting third, the left fielder, number 3, Kendall Ponatoski. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 73, Piper Lewis. Batting fifth in right field, number 20, Zana Gunther. Batting sixth, the DP, number 44, Soleil Tate. Batting seventh and behind the plate catching, number 55, Lexi Kairos. Batting eighth at third base, number 16, Layla Peters. Batting ninth at second base, number 15, Mary Fortner. In the flex and pitching, number 8, Adeline Schultz. The Bandits are coached by assistants Adam Lewis, Sloan Gayan, Kylie Carr, Dale Carr, and Coach Khan. The head coach is Chad Moran. Now, let's meet the home team, Bengals Briggs. First, the non-starters. Number 00, Sophia Otero. Number 8, Ellie Buffington. Number 13, Sophia Ramos. And number 44, Sadie Wise. Now let's meet the starting lineup for Bengals Briggs. Leading off the catcher, number 2, Eliana Corona. Batting second, the shortstop, number 20, Kainalea Kakar. Batting third in center field, number 5, Nicole Specht. Batting fourth in right field, number 7, Ariana Jackson. Batting fifth at first base, number 37, Honesty Romero. Batting sixth in left field, number 57, Erica Martin. Batting seventh at second base, number 26, Hazel Renteria. Batting eighth, the DP, number 9, Julie Rivera. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 3, Maddie Solis. And in the flex pitching, number 1, Beverly. The Bandits Briggs are coached by assistant Scott Hayward, Sierra Briggs, Paige Hayward, and Briggs. The head coach is Roseanne Briggs.
Welcome to the moment. Welcome to the day. A day you will never forget as a talented athlete, live right here on ESPN. Emily Yoon has trotted into the circle. She's ready for this title game, representing the BSC Bengals. Coach Briggs, Coach Roseanne Briggs, Chad Moran coaches the Beverly Bandits. Let's meet the Beverly Bandits as they swing the bats. And again, all over the Midwest, this talented team with Bailey at the very top of the order, Kira Bailey, who is out of Ohio. And as we introduce one by one, you will hear the spread out wings of the Midwest. It's Hopkins, Ponatoski, Lewis, Ginther, Tate, Kyra, Peters, and Porter. Again, one by one, you will eat them all throughout this broadcast, including Emily Yoon, who is in the circle with Martin, Specht, Jackson working behind. Kakal is the shortstop, Renteria right next to her, flanked by Solis and Romero, and Eliana Corona is behind the plate. Emily Yoon from Fullerton, California, El Dorado High School. Coach Roseanne Briggs, Scott Hayward, her travel coaches. Melissa Chavez at El Dorado is her high school coach. Excited to see the daughter of Renee and Kenny go to work. Boy, did she get a massive ovation when she was introduced.
Yeah, this is a pitcher who loves the competition. And she loves being in the fire. She wants to be the one that gets the ball. She does a really nice job of spinning it. Throws to all locations with great command. So the type of athlete you want leading your team in the circle today.
She's been a 12U PGF national champ playing up. She was a 12U PGF platinum national champ. She's won a ton. Yoon's won it at 10U. She's won it at 12U. She's won it at platinum. She's won it at premier. So this stage, it's like a walk in the park or a walk in her backyard. She's getting ready to go. Kira Bailey starts things off out of Blacklick, Ohio. Hannah Lincoln High School as she takes a pitch over the inside corner. We're doing this thing. It does not sound like a slow cup of coffee breakfast game. It sounds like a party brunch here at this ballpark, albeit at 8:41 in the morning as the first pitch is delivered. What a great atmosphere. This is a perfect time to be in Southern California and to reach base early if you're from the Midwest. Slappers do what slappers do. They make contact and they fly.
Such a good spot to put this ball. Uses the dirt. Well, gets a high hop into the backhand of Renteria over at second base. Not able to get it on a short hop. Even if she does, I still think that's a base hit. Well done.
Hunter Hopkins is at Marquette School in Ottawa, Illinois. Briggs, talented athlete. An SIU commit, one of the few players that is committed. And again, most of these players are playing at that 2028 age group. Hopkins, Todd, and Katie, her parents. Just got a piece of that one running right in under the hands. Back-to-back slappers at the top of the order. A lot of times they'll go 1-2, they'll go 9-1. It's interesting, the placement.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen a lot of big hitters lead off in these games as well. But I like the chaos that back-to-back slappers cause.
This is an all-conference basketball player. A couple of times as she lifts that one foul. Talented volleyball player as well. And when you speak of Hopkins, look at that resume because it's deep. A student council member, a 4.3 GPA student, and not only a softball team captain. And again, you're talking about a younger player, an underclassman, a softball team captain, and the basketball team captain as well. Yoon works from the third base side of that rubber in the circle and runs that rise ball away. 1-2 the count with the runner at first. Yoon, another great student in her own right. Right in the top 25 of her class. A weighted GPA of 4.8. Check swing on that slap. Dumped it over the third baseman's head and a beautiful approach. Just racing out of the box many times in the air is the death of a slapper, but not that time.
Yeah, that's so hard to be quiet with your hands like that. See the ball up in the zone, and then she just puts the barrel right on the ball. Such good barrel control. Puts it in a spot that's indefensible.
Kendall Ponatoski from Hamilton, Ohio. Baden High School, they'll gather in the circle with a couple of runners on out there. This talented 2028 is dreaming of places like Georgia and Clemson. Those are a couple of places on her list. A couple of great programs. Rebecca Ryan, her parents. Matt, her older brother, he's 18. Ellie, her younger sis, watching proudly. She's 13 years old. Hits that one hard on the right side. That one settles down, but a nice recovery play by Hazel Renteria. Runners move to second and third. That served its purpose, and that's a nice play. That flattened out for Renteria.
Oh yeah, that was almost a base hit and a run scored, but instead a great play by Renteria at second base to smother that and get the out. But a really nice job of Ponatowski to move the base runners into scoring position.
Back to the screen it goes. Won the count on Lewis. Piper takes high. Couple of runners on second and third. Lewis, another one from Ottawa, Illinois, has been able to make that commitment. She's one of the younger players who has moved forward class-wise. This is a Kentucky commit. 2027 grad. That's a young 2027. Good for her. Just off the plate, a screwball misses outside, and it's ball 4. Base is full for the Bandits.
I think there was a premature ball 4.
Yes, there was.
Ball 3.
I thought that was 3-1. 3-1 the count. Piper sees that one. That is ball 4. So the Kentucky commit draws the walk. To the right fielder, Zana Ginther.
Now batting number 20, Zana Ginther.
Ginther from New Berlin, Wisconsin. Wisconsin Lutheran High School. That's in the Milwaukee area. All you Brewers fans, you know where that is. And another 2027, a young 2027. This is a Mizzou kid, committed to play softball at Mizzou. Jeff and Nisa, her parents. Younger brother KG, 15 years old. She's got a whole bunch of runners out there as she pounds that one foul. Roseanne Briggs and her staff, this is becoming a common name, this BSC team. They're always there on the final day. That one just misses the top of the strike zone. He's got some work to do.
Yeah, Yoon's working on finding the strike zone right now. It's not as wide as we saw last night. We're in the top of the first inning, so there's still a lot of figuring out to do.
Emily rocks and fires. That one high and inside. 3-1 the count. Reminder, screwball, curveball, rise ball, changeup. She shared that with us. Low to mid-60s. Really great defender out there in the circle as well. She needs some help now. That's a high pop-up. She might have gotten it. Good enough. Into right field. Runner tags. Throw to the plate is a good one. The tag. Safe at the plate. Just beyond that outstretched glove of Eliana Corona. That was a beautiful throw by Jackson. Ariana in right field. But it's a 1-0 lead. What a pretty throw.
That was such a nice throw. Just deep enough. I wasn't sure it was going to be, but it held in right field, and look at the throw right on the money. Just a step short. Nice slide to the back part of the plate.
So much good about that. It's funny when you settle in and watch elite softball, you know what you're looking at when you see a play like that. That one's fouled right back to the screen. Soleil Tate ready to roll.
I think if Yoon and the Bengals can get out of this inning with just that one-run score, that's a win for them. The Bandits have a lot of opportunity.
High fly ball to center field. She just missed it. The Wisconsin commit just a little bit under it. You've got a feeling Soleil may leave the yard at some point in this game. A little bit of excitement, albeit not too many runs up on the board, and that's good news for the Bengals and their fans. We just can't identify them. It's hard to figure out who they are there behind those masks. Corona's at the top. Kakal is right behind her. It's Specht. It's Ariana Jackson, who made a beautiful play in right field. Honesty Romero, Erica Martin, Hazel, Juliana Rivera, and Maddie Solis. They're all working behind defensively. Adeline Schultz, who is an Arizona State University commit. Hopkins in center. Tyra's behind the plate. Peters, Lewis on the corners. Bailey and Fortner on the infield. Adeline Schultz, Georgetown, Indiana, Floyd Central High School, Arizona State University, her college of commitment. George and Kelly, her parents. She gets ready to go, this talented left-hander. Misses just off the plate. Whittier, California, goes to La Habra High School. Coach Robert Morales. Rooster, they call Eliana. She takes high, 2-0 the count. Sergio and Jolene, her parents. UCLA, her favorite team, as she takes low, 3-0 the count. Would eat like a lot of these players, very heavily decorated. And a part of a national championship with the 12U age group for the BSC squad. 3-1 the count. All CIF, Southern Section, Division I first team. And for you out-of-staters, if you're all CIF, you're all state in comparison to another part of the country. And she's on. Look at that reaction. That's ball 4. So remind us, as we get to week's end, we know these elite pitchers like Schultz, they're Division I pitchers. Yoon's going to be a Division I pitcher. But fatigue could set in by the end of the week, yes?
Oh, they've thrown a lot of pitches over this week, but that's really what we do in our game. We play a lot of ball, and a lot of these teams have come through not just this tournament, but tournaments all throughout the summer where they've been showcasing their talents and just throwing a lot of pitches. So sure, fatigue could set in, but also they've got some adrenaline. I mean, this is the biggest game of So you know they're out there not feeling much. So if there was fatigue, they wouldn't admit it.
Love it. Trying to find that strike zone and the excitement of being a part of this game for Schultz. She deals in this case with Kanalea Kakal out of Quartz Hill, California. Coach Robert Drennan, her head coach at Quartz Hill High School. The daughter of Rayson and Jamie. Swing and a miss. Well, that's a quick comeback, up and away, and he elicited the commitment on the swing there. Good pitch.
Yeah, good job of tables back in her favor after that free pass to come back with 3 strikes and get the strikeout. Really well executed. Low rise on the outside corner.
Santa Clarita, California, the home of Nicole Speck. Coco, as she takes outside. Coco's at Saugus High School for Kyle Marker, head coach. Parents are Heidi and Joe, and she is the youngest of 3 at home. Outside. This is a 2028, so September 1st will mean a lot to her once it gets there. A changeup flutters high. Kind of been a moving strike zone. Man, trying to find that release spot. Shot foul, and she puts a strike on the board. Schultz talks about why ASU. She said, they called me September 1st. I went on a visit after. I fell in love. The palm trees, the coaches, go Sun Devils.
All good reasons.
Beautiful paint, 3-2 over the outside corner. This pitcher's a great runner too, track star, all-state in the 4x800. So a crazy runner. You're running that kind of distance. Is a swing and a miss. Got her to chase up and out of the zone. That's strike 3.
Yeah, wow. Really got lucky on that rise ball. And don't get me wrong, there was a ton of movement on it. But those are the pitches in this game you want to lay off of.
0-1 the count on Ariana Jackson from Palmdale, California. A 2029. It's fun to be oh so very young, to get a chance to put your feet in the pool, the deep end, if you will, as an athlete. Her parents are Eric and Jada. And there are 4 Jacksons, make it 5. She's got 4 siblings. Buckled her that time. I'm reminded in the truck of Jackson 5. I'm not sure why I didn't do that right away. And I just saw the new movie that was out, so I spent a lot of time with the Jackson 5 on the big screen. Outside. The Jackson 1, this one that's in the box, loves Jada Coleman. That's the athlete that a lot of us love watching, but that's one of her inspirational players. 3.8 student in the classroom. Swing and a miss. That pitch there getting a lot of commitment.
I'm still trying to figure it out, but it's not. There's a couple of different speeds coming out, 3 or 4 different speeds, and that's what makes it difficult. Is there's that hard pitch on the outside, but a lot of fluttering up in the zone.
Outside corner, that's strike 3. A leadoff walk, and the plate was moving around, but then she just flat struck out the side, swinging, and then looking. Beautiful Southern California. That's what makes this the event outside of the amazing teams that you want to sign up for, that you want to bring and qualify for, because it's just been spectacular all week long. And the Bengals, this is home for them, SoCal, but the team out of the Midwest, all over the Midwest, Beverly Bandits, they've been having an amazing time. Lexi Kairos, the catcher, will lead things off. She's from Orland Park, Illinois, goes to Moran, University of Michigan commit. Katerina Lewis, her parents, a big Greek family, all kinds of Greek traditions in her home that she loves and is proud of. This Bandits team, this Bengals team, they've been at the top of the mountain multiple times here at PGF. Changed up on her, and that's a pretty pitch from Yoon. Both these pitchers are very good at putting the hitters in the rocking chair. Soft, firm, soft, firm.
Yeah, a lot of upspin as well.
Like that.
Like those rise balls. If you can learn to lay off that rise ball, and it's tough. That pitch looks good coming in. It's close to the eyes, and when you square up, it goes a long way.
Yoon tries to paint the inside corner. She missed that time.
I'll tell you, Yoon's been inside, outside, and she is just a half ball off that edge. It is not that far off.
Right there again, that one tried to grab the outside corner. It's ball 4. Give Kairos credit, though. Never stop being amazed by a hitter in a game like this that doesn't expand their zone. You would think you'd want to hit the whole time.
Yeah, there's a lot of patience, and even Yoon's kind of asking, where exactly is that? She's still trying to figure out this strike zone. She's been just a little high, just a little in, just a little out. But that changeup, that's a pitch that if she uses more in this game, use it to her advantage. It's a great pitch. Get ahead in the count and use it often.
Natalie Carr runs it first. Carr out there running it first. For the catcher, Kairos. Layla Peters out of Evergreen Park, Illinois. And a Notre Dame commit. Dives just a little bit low. Sarah and Jonathan Peters' parents. And she's the oldest sis with 2 younger siblings, including younger sis Grace, who's just 10. Inside and off the plate. 2-1 the count. Layla, National Honor Society, 4.6 grade point average, really challenging herself academically. Right through the circle it goes, right on top of the bag where nobody's able to make a play. Actually hit the base. Kakal was right there with that softball, but the base made it tough. Probably should have gone to get that one, huh?
Yeah, that is really tough. I don't know if she was able to get in front of that bag to field it, to step on to. It looked like it might be a double play, but that bag just gets in the way.
Fortner, the second baseman. Pretty screwball hits the inside corner. Northwestern commit. She takes high. She too is at Marist High School. It was October 16th of last year that she made that commitment to the Cats, to Northwestern, to continue on with her athletic and academic career just outside of Chicago. Mary gets that one down third base line, and beautiful sacrifice bunt. Solis was already tight. So that's what a good 9-hitter does, do the little things well.
Yeah, puts that ball down well, and this is a pretty hard bunt. I thought at first there might be an attempt at third to get that lead runner, but the jump was way too good off the second. Read that in the ground beautifully, and instead Solis just went for the out at first.
It's Key's opportunity now. Bailey singled and scored back in the first inning. Back-to-back slappers right here at the top of the order. Thunder and lightning, and it's really tough. It spins the defense. It's a great choice by Coach Moran. If you have him, we always talk about, do you put him top and bottom or put him right at the top? That is a base hit into left center field. 1 run scores, looking to grab an extra bag. How about the hustle? She never stopped Bailey, and she's 2 for 2.
Great piece of hitting this ball up in the zone again, and look at the barrel, doesn't even go all the way around. Just punch into left center field. That scores 1 run. And then Bailey all the way around to second, doesn't draw a throw, gets in there safely.
talk about it. So look, a lot of times I was able to turn the lights on at Hillenbrand in Tucson, broadcast Arizona softball this year. It was a lot of fun right here on ESPN Plus. And they made the same choice at the top of the order. And you had Reagan Shockey and her speed. Right behind her was Serenity Trice. You had a 487 on base and a 448 on base. And it was those slappers 1 and 2, and it really was tough at times.
That's kind of Arizona's philosophy. And, you know, Caitlin Lowe, she was that top of the lineup. She knows what that can do to kickstart your offense.
So here's slapper number 2 and Hunter Hopkins. When it worked, and it did a lot of the time, what I would witness would just be almost like an avalanche of offense coming downhill because, again, it's not always hard hit, but it's a runner after runner, really good speed, and it's back. Into center field and a base hit. Thunder and lightning at the top of the order, getting it done. Bailey and Hopkins both with slap RBIs.
And they do this so well, the same approach. Just running through the zone with your barrel, not being too aggressive with the bat. Just the body's almost moving quicker than the barrel. The barrel has a nice angle on it to know where to put that ball.
So 3 base runners in the first inning, 4 base runners here in the second inning. Let's see if they make a move on Yoon here. That's what's so tough for a pitcher is of all those hits we're talking about, 4 of them from Bailey and Hopkins, respectfully, because slapping is what it is, were not hard hit. They just were well placed.
Exactly. That's all you have to do.
We will step aside, reset the new situation. Looks like Ellie Buffington will come on and do some work. We'll tell you where she's going to play.
Beauty is fearless. Wear it like armor. You don't wear the uniform, it wears you. Stand out from the crowd, feeling your best in the moment. This is about the fit. It's about the confidence. Wear it like you mean it. Then let your superpower break out. Be strong, be beautiful.
Be you.
The journey to this championship game, and along the way bouncing out from that loser's bracket, doing so the Georgia Impact for BSC Bengals. But look at the domination and then winning the close games. There's an opportunity now to come in and get some big outs from left field. She goes Erica Martin in the circle. Ellie Buffington moves to left field. And so Martin, away we go. That one a little in between. Delayed steal and a stolen base. Kind of stopped halfway, hoping to draw the throw. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure BSC, the Bengals, even caught all of that. 3-0 is the score. Big aggressive swing coming up empty, 1-1 the count. Martin from Yorba Linda, California. Sis Madeline hits and pitches for Cal Baptist, so she's already seen that college journey from Big Sis, and her dad is Eric. That one skips in there. Bonatoski grounded out back in the first inning. 3-1 the count, infield tight for the Bengals. The count runs to 3-2. Baby E, Erica Martin. At Yorba Linda High School, Emily Salazar is her high school coach. 3-2, just got a piece of it.
Yeah, I like this so far, Martin. Looking for that inside corner. She is trying to figure out that zone right away. These Bandits hitters are right up on the chalk line, so there isn't a lot of room.
Just a piece as it hugs the line. The throw to the plate. Beautiful slide. Safe at the plate. Bailey. It's like she's able to slow the game down and know exactly where to go.
You know, as a runner, you're taught angle down, you're off on contact, especially with a runner behind you. But a lot of times you don't on that ball, where you hold when it's right to the third baseman, because that's usually a sure out. Look at the location of that pitch. But instead, off on contact, and then the slide is beautiful. There's really nothing you can do about that.
So Ponatoski drives in a run with a fielder's choice. Piper Lewis trying to draw that throw. They're going to get in a rundown. Let's see what happens here. Back to the bag, out to the plate, safe. They gave up an out, they added another run. Hunter Hopkins. As soon as things got interesting around the bag, meaning Romero went down to a knee to apply the tag, she was gone.
Yeah, and it looked like trouble, but this is what the Bandits want to do. They want to cause a little bit of chaos. And when that tag went behind the body with Romero, she had to turn and make that throw, and then another cross throw. Everything went right for the Bandits on that play.
Pretty changeup hits the outside corner. It's 5-0. The Beverly Bandits, these first couple of innings, have come out aggressive. I mean, really aggressive. Tone set, by the way, as we talked about, at the top of the order. Roseanne Briggs, saw her just a moment ago. Hoping to kickstart that offense, make the right pitching decision. Got 2 outs now as Lewis takes high. The Kentucky commit awaits. In between, lifts it out towards shallow short. It's bobbled and dropped. So Catalea could call just kind of a dying little line drive the other way and just spun out of her glove. That's an error.
Yeah, it looked like the Bandits caught another break. And the Bengals just not able to get out of this inning.
Zana Ginther last time up hit a fly ball to right field. It was a winning fly ball. It was a sac fly. Oh, and 1 the count. Ginther and her family, big on connectivity. She talks about going to North Wisconsin every year at about this time, right about now. She said when we all get together, I'm sure it's not all Ginthers, but a lot are Ginthers and then extended family. It's more than 70 people that vacation together. She cherishes those moments. She's missing out on part of it right now, trying to win a national championship. Something tells me they're all gathered around watching.
Oh, I'm sure. A big watch party.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They have great beverages in Wisconsin as well. That one just off the plate outside. Again, their great story of determination. Tore her ACL her freshman year. Kind of dug out of that hole. Learned a lot about herself, and now here she is. Shoots that one foul the other way. She'll be going to Mizzou in a couple of years. Three and 2 the count, 5-0 the score. Pulls her hands in, lifts it into very shallow left field. On the run, hauled in out there by Ellie Buffington. Big inning for the Beverly Bandits. Salty team with a ton of experience. That's BSC. Don't count them out. It's just getting started for them. And Adeline Schultz, who was really uniquely successful in her first inning striking out the side, deals first off with Honesty Romero out of Riverside Poly here in Riverside, California. Coach Robert Sakaguchi, her high school coach, and she's in the hole 0-1. So let's quickly talk about what we're witnessing with Schultz. We've studied it for a moment, and then she shared words with us. She's big on spin, big on spin. As a matter of fact, she shared with us RPMs over MPHs.
Yeah, I love that because we're kind of in an age where, not an age, but an era of speed, and you see these hard throwers. We're focusing on the 70+ mile-an-hour chuckers in college. But if you hit your locations, you spin that ball well, you make it move, you can be a really successful pitcher. And I think for the Bengals, they're still trying to figure out the change of speeds and how to approach Schultz at the plate.
There's another walking, living, breathing example of what you're talking about. It's almost like it's an invisible.
Yeah, and we haven't seen an adjustment yet. We need to see some foul balls to the opposite side. You have to let that ball travel very deep. Deeper than you think you have to, because it does look like it's coming in faster than it is.
Erica Martin took over in the circle, and she has a bat in her hand. This is her first at bat. First team All-League her freshman year. She lifts that one foul, drops the back shoulder. Really well-rounded player. Great defender, solid hitter, gets on base a ton. Great teammate. And now pitcher is very important as a pitcher. Two and one the count. Schultz, an Arizona State commit. Bounced out toward first. That was easy enough. Lewis onto the bag. The first out that was a ball put in play. These Bandits on their journey to this championship game. AZ Storm, their one stumble along the way. But again, I mean, look at the runs allowed. Only 3 total runs the entire tournament.
Yeah, that says a lot about the pitching and what's going on out there in the circle, top to bottom.
Hazel Renteria. Comes up empty that time. You make such a good point earlier, and you see it even with Renteria. The harder and more aggressive you swing, the more Schultz has you eating out of her hands. As we were saying, that is 5 strikeouts already. The invisible is very tough to keep up with. RPM over MPH. Trying to add on to that 5-0 lead with some heavily decorated power to lead things off, and Soleil Tate. Max Prep's All-American this past year. ESCC Local Player of the Year, All-State player as well. Paula and Curtis, her parents, been looking forward to seeing her get back up there. She had a beautiful approach, just missed one back in the first inning, so away we go again with Tate. As she takes just in and off the plate. A Wisconsin commit, so she's headed to Madison. Pretty changeup. What do you do with that? 1-1.
It's a nice pitch. I liked the pitch before, too. I would want that called. I know maybe it's a little inside, but when you're able to command that part of the plate when the hitters are up so tight.
Diving line drive right off the shoe tops. The call makes the play. Beautiful top spin there, and that's what you want to do. Don't let that power hitter get her hands extended. Good pitch. We'll wait to watch her hit again here in a couple of innings. Tate, I wanted to tell you too, she's got this goal over the next 2 years. She wants to read 200 books. Such a cool goal. You don't hear as much of that.
Over the next 2 years?
2 years.
Wow.
To be clear, not spend 200 hours on her phone, read 200 books. I just thought I'd clarify that. I sound older every game, don't I, when I say stuff like that?
That's an impressive goal, though.
I love that goal. Lexi Kairos. 2-1 the count. Kairos All-State 3 times, All-Conference. 6 feet tall. A 6-foot-tall catcher, righty power hitter, really good base runner too. Look at that leverage in the box, that's fun. 3-2. I'm always intrigued by taller athletes, hitters, baseball, softball, whichever it is, because you got to challenge yourself, A, to stay athletic and be short and quick in the box. That one's rolled out. Fair ball. Fielding, firing. Nice job. Solis makes the play. 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, this feels good for the Bengals to get a little payback. So with some great defensive plays. This one all the way across the diamond to get the out.
Changeup dives low to third baseman Layla Peters. Peters singled and scored. But buried that one way inside. 1-1 the count. On the Notre Dame commit, heading into her senior year, the daughter of Sarah and Jonathan. Over the outside corner, 1-2. At Marist High School, her team is consistently right there, one of the tops in the state. Her first 3 years there, and that is strike 3, and that is a statement inning. So if you're BSC and you want to create some momentum, why don't you look to Erica Martin? She'll get that car started up. Here they go. Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, welcome back. Let's talk about Adeline Schultz. It's been fun to watch.
Oh, I don't know what she's throwing out there. We're all still trying to figure it out, but so far it's unhittable. It's not overpowering speed, but she talked about her spin and how important that is in her repertoire. She focuses on that over speed all day, but her locations are on point. And so far the Bengals just have not been able to solve that puzzle.
Liner or stretch, those are a couple of her nicknames, as that swing is indicative of what we're seeing. Literally way out front, cued off the end of the bat. 0-1 the count on Juliana Rivera. Julie out of La Mirada, California, La Mirada High School. She's coached by Brent Tuttle there. Just off the plate, 1-1 the count. She feels like, when you talk to Rivera, her growth pattern has been her eye at the plate. Really not expanding the zone, a lot more confident with the bat in her hands. That's been 2026 as she takes high. Her team last year winning that 14U PGF Premier. Her high school team, second place, Division I, CIF. So being around a lot of winning, Rivera. There's an empty swing, 2-2 the count. A walk is big. She talked about her eye, and she backed it up. Good for her. That's a pair of walks.
That was a really great at-bat. Laid off the pitches out of the zone, swung at the pitches that were in the zone, still a little out front, but was able to draw the walk.
Madeline Solis out of Colton High School in Colton, California. Just off the plate, 1-0 the count. It's been camps and emails. Reaching out as much as she can, getting ready for September 1st when the recruiting will open for Solis. She lifts that one foul off to the right side. One and one the count. This curveball, but it's in and off the plate. Solis, Pablo is dad, Marissa is mom. She's the baby by quite a bit. Vanessa, Therese, Natalie, all in their 20s, older siblings. She's choked up a little bit on that bat. Outside. Making Schultz work just a little bit more than she has had to. That one high, pretty good pitch. Not quite sure where that one missed, but a walk.
Yeah, a couple of nice eyes at the bottom of the lineup. Now they've had a couple of innings to take a look at Schultz and see the types of pitches she's throwing, gain all that information. And obviously a lot of conversations going on with the Briggs in the dugout with their athletes, trying to make those adjustments to get things going.
It was up, by the way. That last one definitely up above the strike zone. What a benefit to have your 8 and 9 hitters work the count, a ton of pitches, because we've been looking forward to the second time through with the unique trickery that she's using out there in the circle. Now they all know. They've all been through it.
Yeah, this is where it gets fun. Like, who's going to make the adjustment first? Are we going to see the same types of pitches from Schultz now that she's seeing these hitters for the second time? Are the hitters going to be swinging with the same timing at the same types of pitches?
Comes back to work, spins that one over the inside corner. Ask Schultz, by the way, hey, over the next year, your final year of high school, what are your plans? List as many things as you like. She said 2 things. I want to get buff and graduate high school. As that one's popped up. Infield fly, the batter's called out. Advance at your own risk at that point. Yeah, that's a tag play. Infield fly, batter's already called out. You could hear it clearly. Infield fly, batter's out. Now you're advancing at your own risk. That was a tag play. They had a second out right there in front of them.
Yeah, man, that's so tricky when that happens, because rarely do you see a mental mistake like this where that ball drops. It clearly should have been caught, but once that right base runner, the hitter, is called out, that releases that force at third. So you're right, that has to be a tag.
Great job verbally behind the plate, our home plate umpire. You could clearly hear the call, and very fortunate, quite frankly, the Bengals, because they could have ran into a double play easily. Ball was waiting, but that's a tag play at that point. Kainalea Kakal. Swing and a miss. Back to the unique swing and a miss that time pitch. No comment on the get buff and graduate high school.
Oh, I wanted to comment on that.
Those are good goals.
That's a great goal.
Oh, a pretty good 0-2 pitch that time. Quick conversation offensively they'll get with Schultz. Schultz, Kelly, and George, her parents. I asked the pitcher, what's your family tradition? She said, my super cool grandparents come to all of my games and events. They support me and the team no matter how far away home is. I love you, Grammy and Pawpaw, she says.
I love that.
I'm guessing they're here today. Little roller, funky spin, turning, firing, and in time for the out. A run does score. Quick question, did she have a play at home?
I think 100%. I don't even think it was a thought in her mind to even check the runner at third. Maybe she didn't think that she would be going to score, but or with the lead that the Bandits have, maybe it's just, hey, get the out. Because it's right in front of her vision as well, yeah.
Okay. Hey, you'll take it no matter with the struggle and the uniqueness. If you're the Bengals, you'll take that run every day of the week. Things like run rule comes into play if they keep adding on. You want to play the whole game. So that being said, that's out number 2. Runner at third. We're talking about Schultz too. Distance runner, 4x800. Crazy, all state. Runs the 400, ran the 400 to 56.56. As that one's popped up to the right side. So she's a pitcher with a unique delivery. She's a pitcher who runs distance. And over the next year, she wants to get buff and graduate high school, having fun here. 16U Premier Title game. This BSC Bengals team and Coach Roseanne Briggs, always such a pleasure to watch. They've done so much winning over the last half decade. Roseanne, thank you for being with us for a moment. We really appreciate it. What makes you most proud of your team? What gives you most joy when you watch them play on this championship day?
It's been fun just watching them play. You know, the last month really started in Colorado, and it's just haven't had to do a lot of coaching. It's just let them be themselves and play the game.
And I just love your wisdom and expertise, Coach. I mean, you've been here so many times. You know what it takes. And I'm curious, when you're facing a pitcher like Schultz, you know, you're starting to make the adjustments in terms of like swinging at good pitches. What's the conversation like in the dugout with your athletes on next steps for starting to make really solid contact?
It's trusting themselves and just being them and not making the moment bigger, and getting their toes on the line and looking middle and taking that away. And anything more than that, you know, is not their pitch. So it's just making adjustments at this point and staying and being within ourselves.
Gosh, what great answers, Roseanne. Best of luck the rest of the way. Claw back in this thing.
Thank you so much.
Roseanne Briggs, of course, coming out of LSU, her daughter Ciara Briggs, with such a great career on to the pro ranks, and a lot of fun stories here. That's a great program, isn't it?
Oh, they do such a good job. And I love seeing coaches like the Briggs. And I know 16 and under isn't a young division, but really tapping into these younger athletes and developing them. They have so much to offer.
Popped up right side into foul territory it goes. AJ Jarzab got the call. She was pinch hitting that time.
Now batting number 2, Kira Bailey.
And she lifts it off to the right side. Back to the top of the order we go. And now Kira Bailey. 5-1 the score. Top half of inning number 4. 1 out in the inning. Bailey and Hopkins back-to-back top of the order for the Midwestern Beverly Bandits are 4 for 4 combined, with 3 runs scored combined and 2 RBIs. And here they come. These are the ones that cause all the havoc, the 2 slappers at the top of the order. Lined right through the circle into center field. It's a base hit. It got a piece of Martin's glove as it raced on by. With some oohs and ahs with that line drive.
Bailey has just been on fire this game. Again with the barrel, just controls it so well, that pitch in the zone. And now she's running through. She's just looking to line up middle on middle. Great reaction by Martin in the circle, almost getting her glove on that.
Oh, and 1 the count on Hunter Hopkins. Pair of hits, an RBI, and a run scored. Hopkins puts it on the ground. It gets through the circle, racing up the line. They're both on. They are 6 for 6 combined now. Once Martin didn't grab it, you knew it was over.
Yeah, and I don't know if Martin pulled back, not wanting it to tip off of her glove, but she really was the only option on that play because of the speed of Hopkins.
Kendall Ponatoski with a stolen bag, runner right behind on a delayed steal. Take two, they're small. Just irritants, those two, just really irritating. Change up and a good one. Can I quickly lean in and get your expertise? How does that happen, including the trail runner? It almost seemed like there could have been a play on at least the trail runner.
I think just doing it right away and in an unexpected situation. But, you know, these two, you can tell they're on the bases a lot together.
Rolled first base line. Nice play defensively, but a run scores. So slow contact, but contact nonetheless, and Kendall drives in a run. They get that run right back. It's 6-1.
Yeah, look at how much of a difference that double steal made. You know, that led to that run. Now you get really, really soft ground ball contact, and that's an RBI.
6-1 the score, 1 out. Top half of inning number 4 as Piper Lewis holds back the swing that time. That one floats just a little bit high. Ottawa Township in Illinois. Left-handed slugger. Started playing at 6 years old as she rolls that one foul. You wonder when the dream starts to kind of creep into the head of these athletes. Piper said, 10 years old, I started dreaming of playing in college. And events like PGF, and then the broadcast through all of May of all the postseason, and the availability of all the college games throughout the year, make these dreamers dream a little bit younger now. Allow them to.
Oh, I think 100%. I think it's seeing it on TV, seeing these athletes, these fantastic role models, and then experiencing events like this.
Another run scores in this inning. They get out of it in the end, though. Bailey grabs the scoreboard and adds on. 6-1 the score. Bottom of the 4th is next. When you're lucky enough to be around an event for a long time, there are those you get to know at different age groups. And you see their leadership, and this guy's one of them. Chad Moran joins us down inside the dugout. Chad, thanks for hanging with us for a sec. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Tell me about this iteration of this team you're coaching, because you coach winners. You always have. We've seen you at a ton of age groups. What do you love most about this collection of athletes?
They're just good people. Like this team, you know, sometimes you worry about your kids and how it's going to work out for them, but you're looking out on the field. I don't know exactly how softball will work out for them. It's working pretty good right now, but you're looking at doctors, you're looking at lawyers, you're looking at CEOs of companies. They're just good people all around, and it makes you feel real good that you know when they leave here that they're going to be successful.
Oh, I love hearing that. That's exciting. And they're clearly excellent ball players. And I know you don't get to this point riding the shoulders of one pitcher, but we're up here just spewing about Schultz out there in the circle. And maybe, I don't know how much you're willing to share, but what is it about her that makes her as good as she is?
It's her arm talent. It's elite. I mean, the way she spins the ball up, she spins the ball down. She can just do a lot of things, and she's going to have a big career. And I mean, I don't know that PGF gives out awards here, and if we can be lucky enough to hold on here, she's an MVP type in my book.
Yeah, it's unique. I mean, it really is. And she put it in her bio. This probably doesn't surprise you. She put RPM over MPH. It's to me kind of rare to have a pitcher that embraces touch and feel that much. How about for you? Isn't it unique?
It's just it's almost effortless for us, you know, and it's all spin, and You know, we were lucky to get her last year. She was playing on a local team, and we found her. A couple other Bandits went to high school with her, and we've been blessed to just have her on our team right now.
Real quickly, just give me kind of the mantra of the Beverly Bandits. What's most important when you put on that Bandits uniform? You represent them so well. Tell us that answer.
I think it's just the way we compete. You know, like there's probably better teams out here in certain times, but we just play so hard, and we play for each other. And this team in particular, you know, they love to find a reason to play hard, and once they do, they're pretty much unstoppable. But in the Bandits overall, you know, we don't get to practice. We don't get to do a lot of things that teams that are close together, but they know they got to compete to be here. So the way we compete against each other pushes us to be better, not only here, but hopefully when they get to college as well.
You know we can hear you all the time, even without a microphone, right?
Well,
I mean, your energy's nuts.
Yeah, I'm probably the most entertaining person here, and I'm trying to help you guys with broadcast.
We appreciate you. Well, they talk about they're trying to determine whether I'm the voice or the mouth, or you're the voice or the mouth. They can't determine which it is.
Well, I was up at 3 in the morning doing sit-ups, so I look better on camera. How's that working?
I love that. We appreciate you, man. Best of luck the rest of today.
All right, thank you guys for being here.
I love Chad. He is fun and embraces that role. It's that serious combined with lighter joy that he has. It makes it fun to play for a guy like that.
Oh my gosh, and clearly the girls respond to that. The athletes out there, they're doing such a phenomenal job. And I liked his point that, you know, we might not be the best team out here. The way they're playing, they look like they're the best team in this tournament. But, you know, it's the way you compete and decide to play for each other and with each other. And I just love everything you have to say about this team.
I feel like I've seen him too. You and I through the decade, seen him at so many different age groups coaching. That's a testament to being able to connect to, whether it be 12U, whether it be 18U. That's a gift. Bandits, I think the total is something like 8 national championships, PGF national championships at different age groups as Martin flies out to center field.
Now batting number 26.
It's interesting. He said it, and I don't want to minimize what he said. He said it's effortless. I don't know if it's effortless. I think a lot of thought goes into how she pitches. Yeah, I really do.
I don't think
I understand what he means.
Yeah, I do too. But you see these pitchers getting their head about speed and having to do more. It's like batting. Sometimes you don't have to do more. You just have to stay within yourself and do what you're best at. And it looks like she's stuck to that game plan really well and hasn't tried to, look at what you see on TV. Look at those 70-mile-an-hour pitchers and aspire to be that. She knows who she is and how she's successful.
Just watch the hitters, and it's not easy to do. Just watch the hitters and their reactions. That one's lifted to center field, well struck. Up and over, what a grab out there by Hunter Hopkins. The first truly hard-hit softball for BSC. Unfortunately, it turns into an out. The Beverly Bandits seem to be on a path to a championship, and moments like that provide emphasis. Moving on to the 5th inning, and it's a 6-1 lead for the Beverly Bandits. We welcome you back to Deanna Manning Stadium in Irvine, California. Gorgeous Bill Barber Park. And still, the Bandits at that 6-1 number would love to add on a couple. Erica Martin's been fun to watch. She's provided definitely some quiet on the other end. Had a scoreless third. A run did cross the plate in the 4th, but it's that top of the order damage really where it all happened, as the first changeup is a good one. Drops over the inside corner to Zana Ginther. Ginther a sac fly and an RBI, and also flied to left field. 0-1 the count. Just off the plate, 1-1, nobody out. Top half of inning number 5. Rolled toward the hole, slips right out of the glove at third base of Solis. Right behind, Kakal couldn't do anything. Miscue there, but they'll take advantage, the Bandits, in front of Soleil Tate.
Now batting number 44, Soleil Tate.
Yeah, off the bat, this looked like it was going to be trouble. Coming across the diamond, trying to get that at that long hop. It took a high one. A nice try to get the backup throw behind, but just not in time.
Soul puts that one on the ground. Little backhanded flip, but it's flipped into left field. Runner moves on to third. Tate will stay put at first. They were trying to quickly turn it, and Renteria slipped it right on by Kikal and into left field.
And it looks like this was going to be an easy double play ball. Just a little errant throw there. Great positioning and really good idea.
Coach Moran comes out. He may have a pinch runner. We'll see what he's thinking about. Looks like Amber Sick will hop out there. Amber will run, so. Amber Syke out of Braidwood, Illinois. She's a Syracuse commit out there pinch running, a Syracuse commit. Lexi Kairos. She'll go from orange to orange from her travel team to her collegiate team. That'll be easy. Tom and Ann, her parents. One paints the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and third. Nobody out here in the top half of inning number 5. 6-1. The Bandits in orange lead it. The SC Bengals in white with their orange add-on. Out of Southern California, the Bandits out of places like Indiana and Ohio and Michigan and Wisconsin, but they're based in Chicago, south side of Chicago, their home base. That's frustrating. I think you try to create some momentum if in fact you're Martin and to have 2 errors to start the inning. Now she's really got to go to work.
She's doing her job out there, doing a nice job of throwing ground balls.
Looking to get in that run down and steal another run. Let's see how it works out. Not starting the pickle at first yet, halfway down the line. Runner back to third, now looking to head to second. They keep the run down going. Back safe, now the throw to the plate, safe at the plate! Ginther, come on down.
Man, no matter how many times you practice this, in practice, there's nothing like having to execute it in a game. All the different variables going on, but it comes down to good heads-up base running and timing on when you decide to take home, and the Bandits have just nailed that on the first and third.
Got another run, 7-1 is the score. As she beat her with that pitch, that's popped to the right side. Onto the outfield grass, out number 1, Kairos is erased. It's the 3rd time they have stolen a run in that very same scenario in this game. And when you've scored 7, understanding 3 of them have been steals of home, kind of crazy. Runner remains at first. Amber out there, she can fly. Peters singled and scored back in the 2nd inning. Leda also struck out in the 3rd. One and one the count. Right into the circle, knocked her glove off. Great recovery, great play. I don't think that got her leg. But boy, that was hard hit and a wonderful play.
Man, that startled me up here. That was a shot, but really good reflexes by Martin to get her glove on that. Glove comes off, but regroups and makes that out.
Heck of a job drawing the throw to second base. Great play by Erica. And the only part of her body it got was the extended part, her glove, and knocked it right off her hand. Otherwise, looked like that was heading for her kneecap or her shin. Mary Fordner takes outside. Last time up, Mary flied to right, dropped down a pretty sack bunt back in the 2nd inning. balls and 1 strike the count. 7-1 the score. Fortner committing back in early November last fall to Northwestern. She rolls that one foul, and we'll do it again. Seven-time PGF national champion program at all age groups combined, these Bandits. Looking for number 8. Into the seats it goes. On their website, there's a quote that is kind of the northern light, if you will. It says, and I quote, "The key is not the will to win." Everybody has that. It's the will to prepare to win that is most important.
Yeah, I love that.
(3-2) hanging around.
And it's what's really cool about these two programs is, you know, up and down all the age levels have been on this stage, but there's a really cool culture. We see it in the stands, the younger age groups coming out to support the ones maybe that are in the area or that have already dropped out of the tournament. But for the Bandits, an out-of-state team, to have as many family members, athletes, supporters in the stands, that's something pretty special about the program. And same for the Bengals. They have a really good culture.
What an at-bat. I love that culture. I love that. I love the Wigs. So, real quick, Fortner draws the walk, okay? It was a close pitch. Runners on first and second, but here they come again. Bailey and Hopkins, a combined 6 for 6 in this game. The 2 slappers at the top of the order.
And I think best case scenario is you get Bailey right here. Don't let these two come up back to back. If you can get Bailey, get out of this inning for the 3rd out, and then only have to start with one of these 2 next inning, I think you're already ahead of the game.
Pretty pitch. 1-2 the count. I was thinking, I think best case scenario is that you don't let the undertow pull you all the way to Catalina, because that's kind of what it feels like when you get in the water with these two. But I see where you're going. Let's see what happens. Yeah, they did. They got her in the air. That's exactly what they want. That's a massive out. I think this game gets out of control if they don't get this out. So the undertow didn't exist. They swam right back to short. Everything's okay. National Championship Day at the 16U Premier Division. Out of the Midwest, the Beverly Bandits with a comfortable 7-1 lead. One of the reasons the offense obviously is important, but this athlete in the circle, the left-hander in the ASU commit, Adeline Schultz, can she keep it rolling with her team up 6? Zips that one over the outside corner. First pitch strike to Julie Rivera.
Rivera, in her last at-bat, drew that walk. It was one of the better at-bats we'd seen and ended up scoring in that inning. That was back in the 3rd when she led off. Her and Maddie, who's on deck, Solis.
Schultz off the plate. Count evens up at 2-2. High pop-up into foul territory. Verbally calling it out quite a bit, Piper Lewis. Out number 1 in the inning.
Now batting number 3.
There's a ton of strikeouts early on. First 2 innings, 5 strikeouts. Now it's contact outs. Just uncomfortable contact.
Yeah, got through to the second part of the lineup, so you can see that the adjustments are being made. But it's tough because it does look like Schultz is answering right back. She's making some adjustments out there as well.
It feels like maybe even just a little bit more firm and straight second time through.
Yeah, it does look like she's throwing a little harder more often, but she's still mixing in that off speed, which makes it challenging to get your timing down.
Upper tier of the strike zone. Solis loves watching Delaney Wiz play. She says, and I quote, she always plays with confidence, competes hard, but looks like she's having fun. I hope I look like that when I play. A big job right there at that 9 hole. That's twice she's been on. Good for her. Back to the top of the order for Corona now.
Yeah, there's something about Solis when she's facing Schultz. Schultz hasn't really given her much.
The Whittier native popped up, walked back in the first inning, is in the hole 0-1. Corona's done a great job as a student, a 4.5 GPA, playing 3 different varsity high school sports and travel ball. A ton of AP and honors courses. Three and 1 the count. That tiny little timing mechanism she has, the load with that lead foot. Kind of a twist and a turn as it comes to the plate. Boom, right there. She lifts that one foul. Probably helps you stay back if you do that as well, huh?
Yeah, and as long as you do it early enough, which she does, it looks like, yeah, it's very mental for her to get that pitch and get those hands back and ready to fire forward.
She does fire that time, but it's popped up right side. Back behind onto the outfield grass. The play is made. Fortner calling off Piper Lewis. 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting number 20,
Leah Kakal. Leah drove in a run with a ground ball out back in the 3rd inning. Leah also struck out her first time up. She's got younger twin sisters, Jadlyn and Nayeli. They're both 11 as that one's outside on the corner. 0-2 the count. Her older brother is Ty, he's 18. Got a pretty cool family tradition. If the at-bat goes on, I'll share it with you. Holds that bat away from her body. She takes inside corner, that's strike 3. Beautiful job by Schultz. It's been a minute, all the way back to the 2nd inning since she's put a strikeout in the books, but she's got one there. Beautiful Chicagoland, greater Chicagoland and the Midwest is shining bright here in Southern California. The Beverly Bandits leading it by a score of 7-1. With Erica Martin, who's been pretty darn good in that circle going back to work. Had to navigate around a couple of errors last time up. Hunter Hopkins, Kendall Ponatoski, and Piper Lewis to lead things off here. The 3 due up in this ball game. Hunter rolls that one out to the left side. Hunter is on. It's a perfect day for Hopkins. They managed to get Kira Bailey out at the top of the order, but between the 2 of them, they are 7 of 8.
This again, just barrel control, great placement. And you can't defense that any better than Solis at third. Does a good job of cutting that off. You have to with that speed.
0-1 the count. Ponatoski. Hopkins 4 for 4 today. RBI, run scored. As Kendall takes high. The battle for the bucket, the amazingly unique trophy, the PGF trophy, the piece of art, coming your way at noon. You can catch that one on ESPNU. And here as well if you're using the ESPN app. But if you take it on over to television, we would love that as well. But it's a fun matchup. Arizona Rising Apple, who won it last year, Coach Steve Apple, they're back. And it's so tough at the 18U Premier Division to come back. And they'll take on Kip Taylor's coached Georgia Impact team. So it's Arizona against Georgia 18U championship. Hugging the third base line, left field line, and it's foul.
And that Georgia Impact team has spent a good amount of time on this field also. So
yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
All kinds of great commits, Liberty and Arkansas and South Carolina and LSU. As that one is high and inside. Georgia, there's a ton of commits. Florida on that Georgia Impact team. A lot of great schools represented. As that one's popped foul. The Apples team has some good ones too. UC San Diego, Cal Baptist represented. Boston College, Northwestern. There's good ones on that team. One of my favorites, Northwestern commit. Anyway, that's going to be a fun one. As an Arizona resident, I will remain neutral. Hit hard on a line, right to short. That's two. Very quickly. They've been kind of needing a break like that, right?
Oh, definitely, especially with Hopkins at first base, because you know when she gets on, it's only a matter of time before she scores. But a good break here for the Bengals to get that double play.
It was hit right to call. That's exactly what they needed. It was hard hit, but they needed an atom ball, and that's exactly what it was. I think the key, if you're the Bengals, when you're down 6 and the run rule is 8, and this is where Martin is so important. You want every single at bat. See what you can do. Chip away. Maybe you grab 3 runs next inning and make it interesting. Don't tell Schultz I said that.
I think getting out of this inning quickly and cleanly would be a good start to that momentum, and then, yeah, grab a couple. Just start punching back. Maybe not all next inning, but you got a little time. Not a lot.
Change up, couldn't stay back, tried, still snuck it on through, unable to hop up and make the play. A perfectly placed, slow rolling ground ball is a base hit for Piper. She's been on 3 times today. Renteria just couldn't turn it into an out. Zana Ginther scored a run after reaching on an error, had a sac fly and an RBI. Bang, bang, 2 quick strikes.
Yeah, good answer back.
Got her. Beautiful back pick, great communication there. Honesty Romero working with Corona. And that throw was right on top of the bag. Maybe, just maybe, this puts some momentum in the Bengals dugout. She got stuck on the slide. Adeline Schultz has been a big part of the story today. Spin it, sis. Family there. We talked about the grandparents, how important they are as well. She has been spinning it. She has been quite fun to watch. She is spinning a no-hitter in a championship game. And she jumps ahead on Nicole Speck, 0-1 the count.
Gotten quite a bit of help, not a ton, but some good plays made defensively behind Schultz as well.
0-2 the count. That one dives down and away. Heidi and Joe, Nicole's parents. Their family meal is a big family tradition for the Speck family, and she pops that one foul, and they save a chair or two every night at dinner. They try to eat together, and that's hard as they get older and playing sports for a friend. If a friend wants to come join in, and every dinner begins with prayer. That's a family tradition in the Speck house. 0-2, there they go. The Bengals, maybe, just maybe, trying to find a cheat code against Schultz. That's Speck's first hit. That is the first hit.
And Speck figured it out, squares up on this belt-high pitch, straight out into center field. That's a little of what the Bengals need. They still have 6 outs to work with in this ball game, so they've got to start getting to work.
1-0 the count to Ariana Jackson. Bengals with the runner in the first, a walk. 2 runners in the third, 1 scored. A runner in the fourth, a walk. A runner in the fifth, a walk. And now there's a hit. As a local team, you're able to bring out your different age teams to come support. Youngers, olders, and that's, you can hear that great noise, great club support. High fly ball center field, just missed it. Into the glove it goes for Hopkins, out number 1. You said it, every out just feels like it pulls you down a little bit tighter when you want to get things going. That's 5 outs away.
And we've seen big rallies. With 2 outs, we've seen it happen. We've seen a lot of runs scored, so the Bengals are not out of this ball game.
I would have won the count, Honesty Romero. Number 37 on that jersey. Dad's favorite number 3. Mom's favorite number 7. Hence 37. And now it's an intentional choice. So those 2 numbers have become a special symbol for our family. That's why I proudly wear number 37. Every time I hop out there, it's a reminder where I come from and the love and support my family has always given me. It's more than just a jersey number, it's my family. As that one's outside, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
The 1-2. We'll do it again. First team All-Stater sophomore year. A 12U national champ, a 16U national champ. This team has won a ton. That's why you can't count them out. I mean, they've been at these games at different age groups. They've won.
I think the most difficult thing to do right now if you're the Bengals is not press, not try to end the ball game. You're not going to end the ball game with one swing of the bat. You have to create momentum, create base runners. Start by getting one more run across the plate. And that all starts with having long quality at-bats, which is really difficult to do against a pitcher like Schultz.
Two, base hit, right center field. Pitch up out over the plate. Going first to third aggressively is Specht. With one out, the BSC Bengals have runners on first and third.
Here we go. Good hitting. Outside corner, knows where that pitch is going to be, gets her hands on top of that up spin, and takes it the other way. That's the type of hitting you want against Schultz, and a lot of excitement. I wasn't sure where Ramiro was going for a second. She started heading a couple steps towards her teammate at third.
Now batting number 57,
Erica Martin, who has been really dependable in the circle, has a chance to up into that hero role as a hitter. Martin's 0 for 2. Grounded out, flied out. The lefty on lefty matchup, a tough one, and the count is 0-1. Adeline had not given up a hit until this inning. She surrendered 2. On a backhand, off the bag, runners have to stay put. A big second out, right into the glove of Piper Lewis. Kind of a soft line drive, perfectly placed for the defenders. Hazel Renteria. Lifted, back behind home plate. Running out of space back there. Kairos gave it all she could, so we'll do it again. It's funny, I've shared the words with you of Schultz. There's a lot of exclamation points and a lot of emojis in the writing that she does describing herself. She's kind of cool cucumber out there in the circle, isn't she?
Oh, absolutely. She's also very much been in control of this game. So she hasn't had to show a lot of emotion.
Sophia Ramos, by the way, hops out there and runs for Honesty Romero. She's out of El Modena High School in Orange, California. That's Freddie Freeman High School, if you will, where the Dodger went. Anna and Richard, her parents, she will run at first. Sophia Ramos with runners on first and third is at first.
Good look of Schultz out there. That consistent demeanor we were talking about.
I just had to use my Google machine, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Schultz, some of those things that she shared, I asked, hey, what's the greatest challenge you've had to overcome? Now, some athletes have had very serious challenges. Some have had more academic, athletic. She said, when I was 9 years old, my coach told me I would never be a pitcher. If I had listened to her, I would have been a NARP for life. Did you know? Do you know what a NARP is?
NARP.
To the right side, down to a
me.
knee. It's in time for the out. She is not a NARP. A NARP is a non-athletic, regular person. She's actually a very talented pitcher, and she just got out of that mess. A NARP for life. Excited for our 18U Premier Championship game coming up next. Here it's the Beverly Bandits with a comfortable lead. Arizona Rising, Coach Apple. Georgia on the other side. Georgia Impact, Coach Taylor. That one will be on ESPNU. You can also catch it right here on Watch ESPN or ESPN Plus. Enjoy it. We'll have it And then both our All-American games tonight, the Futures game, and then the All-American game, all at this beautiful ballpark. 4 amazing games, a celebration of the sport, and all right here on the ESPN family of networks. That one's slower than slow, just missed the strike zone.
You don't want it there anyway. Throw that thing.
Zana Ginther drives that one toward the right field corner. It goes. Nice play, first step, a good one. That allowed Ariana to be comfortable the entire time she ran that one down. Soleil Tate again. Narp, you like that?
I'm going to try to use that as often as I can because I feel like that's what I've become.
Well, I thought you might use it when you taunt your children if they're not active enough.
That too. They're going to think I'm cool now.
I carefully Googled it, but I understand this young athlete's not going to put anything. But it just reminded me that I'm 56. I had no idea what she meant. What does that mean? I wonder who that 9U coach was, by the way.
I know.
Because here's what you did. You did your job. You inspired a young athlete as that one's hit hard.
Yeah, and you hear that a lot. You know, I had a similar story. Every time we do these broadcasts, I feel like at some point that type of story gets brought up. And, you know, when we talk about college recruiting, the same thing. You don't know when these athletes are going to develop and come to their own. You can't label a kid at 9, 10, 11, even 13 years old and say what they will and won't be. Yeah, sometimes it just lights a fire in that athlete and they're just stubborn enough to want to prove you wrong, and you know, and it becomes part of their story, and I love that.
I always say it carefully as the count is 3-1 because I don't want to minimize our All-Americans. Our All-Americans are very important. But those that are just outside that list, that are on the bubble that didn't make it, we may see more impact on them than those that made it because they wanted to make it.
Yep.
And they're not happy about it. And they understand it because by the time you're headed to college and you've earned a college scholarship, you've failed. You understand how to deal with it, but you still wanted to make it. I always think of the story. There's an All-American game that a group called Perfect Game puts on. I've worked with them for about a decade. Mike Trout did not make that game and has never forgotten it. It drove him. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
And here's a little fire in that pitch. Really nice spot. You know, I think the hardest thing with situations like that is, from a parent's perspective, managing the emotions of your kid. You know, and how do you...
And your own.
Well, that's my point,
parent,
is like you're controlling your own emotions and not projecting them onto your kid, because it really can go, you know, give them an advantage or give them that fire they needed. You know, it's hard not to want to go into protection mode and why not, but the truth is it's just not always fair.
Amber Syke with an opportunity to hit. We saw her run earlier. Amber, a Syracuse commit. Really feels like she has grown as a hitter in this year 2026 as she takes outside. Couple of quick outs in the inning. Top of half of inning number 7. Two balls and 2 strikes to count.
Yeah, Martin's just gotten stronger the longer she's been in. She's really nailing her spots.
I think the hardest thing for Emily Yoon, who she replaced in this game, was just dealing with the early stages of Bailey and Hopkins and the impact. And, you know, there were some miscues behind her as well. Yoon will tell you I had a couple of walks I shouldn't have added in there. But it's hard to hold down an offense when your top 2 hitters are 7 of 8 on the day. I don't care what anybody else does behind them, because somebody's going to do something.
Line it up. Good circle here.
I think that was the tough start for the very talented Emily Yoon. Swing and a miss. Screwball. That's strike 3. Boy, tip of the cap to the work of Erica Martin. She came on and really leveled things off. This may be her final pitch of the day. A lot to be proud of. A wicked screwball. Julie Rivara and her mates for BSC looking to stack up runners, stack up hits, climb back into this game. And what a day it has been for Adeline Schultz. She has been spectacular. 1 run, 1 notch, and probably could have been an out at the plate, that lone run that scored on a ground ball out. Only had a little bit of discomfort to deal with last inning. First 2 hits of the game, but she worked right around it as Paige Visser comes on and looks to take it to the finish line for Schultz. Schultz was so good today. Now Visser right on the backside, and this is fun to be able to be the closer on a dominating day. How good was Schultz, by the way?
Oh my gosh, she was so good. She was so good. She really, I mean, her team put a 5 spot up early in the ball game, so that really allowed her to settle in comfortably, but I think even had she not had that, she was in control, moving the ball around really well, changing speed. She was fun to watch. And now what a compliment to her to have Visser. Look at that drop ball. She's great in this closer spot. She keeps that ball down. She'll induce a lot of ground balls.
Visser out of Hudsonville, Michigan, Hudsonville High School, is committed to go to Kent State. Chris and Tracy, her parents. All region, all state, and a 4.1 student in the classroom. And this past year in the classroom was all AP classes too, so there's a lot going on for this talented arm. She got the first out, and it's a big out, so Lisa's next. Maddie rolls that one foul. Maddie very quietly has been a nice compliment to this team in their efforts to score. She's grinded out at bat. She's turned the lineup over twice. She's got a couple of walks. This is not going to be an easy play, and she made it! Wow, a high bouncing ball. Mary Fortner came on, let it settle right at her midsection, but then the throw was on the spot quickly.
And it looks like Coach Briggs is she's asking, should I challenge this? Was it close enough? I think that's the right call. It was very close, but it does look like we have a challenge on the call.
It's our first challenge. We were wondering if we would see more last night. There were a couple of moments we thought, challenge? Are you going to?
Yeah, might as well.
I think as we saw it, I know they'll take a look at it in the replay room, but it seemed like she got her on the second angle they showed us. Yeah, she got her.
I mean, it was close. I think to the naked eye, it's close enough to ask for a second look, especially when you're down to your last half inning, but yep.
They're working on the ruling here, and I think they've got it. They'll send it on down. She's looking up to our communication to the replay room. Okay, out number 2. Why not spend that replay? Why not? You need base runners. That's a nice play by Mary.
Such a nice play.
So Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, you are all states represented on this Heart of America team, on this great Midwest team. It seems to come out here to California annually and find a way to win a title. Conroy and his leaders, in this case, Coach Chad Moran, they have really built something special with the Beverly Bandits, truly representative of the region.
Yeah, and this is one of those special programs that know how to get it done. They're not all from the same town. They don't get the same type of practice together, but this team has found a way to come together and be successful. You know, when you build a good program, one that's got the reputation that the Bandits do, athletes seek out that opportunity and they will drive, they will commit to being a part, and you're seeing that on the field.
One and two the count on Corona. Walked back in the first. Is 0 for 2 otherwise. Visser looks to take this ball game home. Slow roller trickling up the line, and it turns left and is foul. Just off, good take, down and away. You make the sacrifices as parents, you take the trips. You play all week long, you live in hotel rooms if in fact you're the Bandits. Just in and off the plate, she continues to work it, taking it as far as she can. 3 and 2 the count. 1 strike away, 1 out away for Paige Visser. Slow roller, left side, gloved, fielding, firing, move over trophies, make room for one more. The Beverly Bandits come to California and at the 16U Premier Division take home to the Midwest a PGF National Championship. What a special team, both these squads. They stand and cheer the Bengals. Such a wonderful home support system they have here. Southern California team simultaneously cheering their foes from the heart of America. Again, Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The trophy case is getting very full on the south side of Chicago.
And when the Bandits came out today, you just knew they had a mission, and they started in that first inning when they led off with those top 2. Bailey and Hopkins were electric in this game, putting solid contact on the ball, running the bases, making things happen, and just putting the Bengals on the defensive from the very beginning. And then the pitching in the circle for the Bandits, starting with Schultz, who went so long, so good, and then Visser closing the door. Just an all-around great performance by the Bandits.
Yeah, special days certainly, and at the top of the order, all the damage was done right there. We talked about it. Kira Bailey, 3 hits, and Hunter Hopkins with 4. Hunter spent a minute with us now. Hunter, congratulations. Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about you and Kira at the top of the order, because if I'm in the circle, I want nothing to do with you guys. Talk to me about the confidence that you feed off of with one another.
I think we work really well together. I don't know, we just try to put the ball in play, and I trust her. I trust that she'll get on. And yeah, that's basically it.
I want to know, keep going, Hunter, keep going.
I don't know, my team, I love them so much, like, they're family, like, I just can trust every single one in front and behind me, and yeah, I just love them so much. This is the happiest I've ever been in my entire life.
Cool.
Oh, I love that. We're taking a look at all your highlights. I mean, you were so much fun to watch on the bases and in the box. I love the energy of your team, and clearly the camaraderie is second to none. I'm just curious, like, What are the conversations like? What was that conversation going into this game? I mean, you guys wanted this. What was that main message throughout your team?
Basically, it's me, Chad and Adam have been saying just win one, and that's what we do. We just win one and keep going. And yeah, they're the best coaches I've ever had. They're just awesome. They always have confidence in us and truly have brought me some of the best years of my life.
What's the best part of this event? You guys pack up, you come together, your parents make sacrifices, some take on second jobs. There's a lot of sacrifices. Tell me the best part of this event for you guys.
Winning. We love winning. I don't know. This is it. This is awesome. This is what we came here for, and we did it. So
best of luck at SIU, Hunter. It's a fun blast to watch you play. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well, what a special athlete. And again, we noticed it, didn't we? The top of that order. Look out. When you have the courage to put two slappers, Amanda, together at the top of the order, they're big trouble. And it's certainly fun. Amanda Freed's been amazing. Love learning the sport with her. Great job out in the truck, Jason and Steve and the entire team. The 18U title game, Premier Division, coming up very soon. Georgia and Arizona both represented. Until then, my name's Darren. See you soon.